So what do you call yourself? Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Hey.
Hey, what can I do for you this fine day?
This is your destiny. Hot, hot, hot.
Right now.
Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Kick it.
Come on in and enjoy yourself.
Right now.
We gon' party like no one else. Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Marvelous. How are you, Malcolm?
I'm doing well.
Good. Welcome to the hot seat and the tan line. I hope they warned you. You have about 45 minutes, maybe an hour, hour and a half. Don't worry, I have you done before dinner, okay?
Sounds great.
No, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to be here with us today. You have a lot going on, and congratulations with the new book.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you letting me get on today to talk a little bit about it.
Look, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you?
10. Anytime you get to take an idea that starts off as just a thought that nobody else can see, and you can make it tangible and bring it into reality, I think it's pretty cool. Obviously, I didn't do it by myself. I had an amazing illustrator and group of people who helped bring it to life.
Talk to you a little bit about that, because whenever you have a vision, it's hard for you to release a piece of that to be able to find the right team. What did that process look like for you in order to say, okay, this is my vision, I want to share this with you, help me bring this to life and let us merge this together? How difficult was that?
Well, I feel every new idea starts off with a bit of tension. Why? Because it's in your head. Nobody else can see it. So if you start sharing it, it sounds like a bit of gibberish until you start getting it out on paper, you start communicating a little bit more, and you start clarifying your vision for what the book can be. So, I'd say this process has been great. I have this experience with literacy in writing picture books. So when I brought this idea to the attention of, key stakeholders, I felt like they believed I had some insight on what I was talking about, and it didn't just come across as gibberish. And then I had to, communicate the message in a way to get the illustrator to want to be a part of the journey. So it's fun. My mom used to tell me that nothing worth having in life comes easy.
True.
So on the pursuit of kind of executing on an idea, you can expect some challenges, but overall, I'm happy, makes me smile, 10 out of 10.
I love it. I always hear them saying readers are leaders, and you have been leading in many industries for a long time. Just saying that if you're going to take it from the collegiate standpoint, you're a standout athlete. Then you take it to the highest level that they can take it as a Super Bowl champ, right? And now you're a champion for literacy. What does that journey look like for you? How did we get from the helmet and near sight with just whatever we can see through this little helmet to bringing this type of a vision to life and merging it?
Well, I watched my mom growing up, and regardless of the challenges that we faced in our community, I always witnessed her try to be the best version of herself. Wake up every day and put her best foot forward. So while I had this athletic ability that awarded me opportunities, once I realized that reading was this electrifying tool, I wanted to embrace it, not to be the best athlete I could be, but to be the best person that I could be.
Right.
Once I learned that lesson, it became very important to me to share that magic of reading with as many people as I possibly could.
Yeah.
Now, what's happened in the last few years is, as a digital equity ambassador for Cox, I learned that the same thing that I was trying to accomplish as a reader can be accomplished by being connected.
Yeah.
But of course, both of those come with challenges.
And one of the things that I love about that partnership that you have, you just mentioned it with Cox, they're always so involved within the community that depends on them. And when you start talking about digital equity, they have things like Connect to Compete, because they understand that in order for us to be able to compete, we got to at least be in the game. We have to least be top tier. Don't think of it on the back end of it. This is where we need as a starting point. So knowing that you have such caring hearts, that's not only providing great service, but they're doing it in the spirit of excellence. That springs volumes for both of you. How has that been working with them and moving the initiative forward with the digital equity portion?
Well, it's been eye-opening. Um, what I understood from my work with literacy is there are some communities that have access to books, and there are some communities that don't have access to books. And that kind of results in the educational gap.
Yeah.
And I was well versed on understanding what that meant because that's the work I've been doing since truly 2014.
Mm-hmm.
When I became the digital equity ambassador and I started learning about digital equity, I realized that there are some communities that are connected to the internet and there are some communities that are not connected.
Yeah.
And the consequence for not being connected is exactly what you said. You're deprived from being on that equal playing field, to have a resource that can help you grow, to help you learn, to be connected and understand that the world is truly within reach.
They accept the tips of your fingers.
Yeah.
And for one thing, it comes with a level of responsibility too, because where there's much access that has been granted, we're open and subjected to so many other things. So now that
That's
you have
right.
this illustrated book and you're bringing it to life, and I gotta ask questions about my guy Milo. Some of the adventures
Yeah.
of Milo. Can you please fill me in on some of the things that this guy is going to take us through page 1 until?
Well, the story starts off with Milo coming on the scene, immediately telling you how much he loves to learn, how
Okay.
much he wants to grow, how curious he is as an individual. And the story starts off in the library where Milo has the opportunity to explore as many books as he desires. But he quickly faces a challenge after he's read all the books. Now he's trying to figure out how else can he learn? Is there something else that will help him grow and be connected to what the world really has to offer? Well, thankfully, he stumbles upon a pair of goggles.
Okay.
And with the help of a librarian, he places these goggles on and he's taken to new worlds.
Surely he's not going swimming in the library. So these magical goggles, where are we going?
Listen, if you ever read a good book, by the time you close the book, you feel like you've been transformed into that world. Well,
Yes.
I'm learning, and I have learned that being connected provides that same level of connectivity. So while Milo is in the library, he's having an opportunity to go so many different places.
I love it. I love it. And, not that long ago, all of the cool kids were hanging out in the library. You know what I mean? That was the after school hangout. We wanted to be there because that was our social thing. We were going there to learn, to do our homework, and to come across great books where representation truly matters. Milo is not just someone that you can relate to, but for young men who needed that guy, or these little boys who need that level of understanding in that moment, representation truly matters. And I appreciate you for not just thinking of Milo, but allowing us to enter your world with these goggles and explore with you and Milo.
Well, I appreciate that. I think my desire has always been to, do what my mom did for me, and thus allow me to believe that anything was possible.
Absolutely.
And that, we're not restricted by the challenges we face in our community, but, embracing resources, education, connectivity as a means to empower our futures. So I'm hoping that Milo sends that message of not just, to read, but, digital equity, digital safety, and just this desire to be the best that you can be.
Absolutely. And as we keep up with you and all of the great things that you're doing, how can we get the book? How can we keep up with all of your movements?
Yeah. You can learn more by going to cox.com/read. You can learn more about Milo and his adventures, and you can also learn more about digital equity and find some resources that Cox providing for communities.
There it is. Malcolm, you are the real MVP, and don't you dare let them tell you different. I know you got more work to do, so I'm going to let you chase the sun or let the sun chase you. But either way, get after it. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
I really appreciate you. Thank you so much.